Welcome to Strange New World. I'm your host, Tet Gallardo. Gather round this bonfire. Let's talk about what's burning. Our episode today is The Boy Burned the Village. So, as you know, there is a proverb that says, the child who is not embraced by the village will burn it down to feel its warmth. So, whether or not those are the exact old words, the truth of it is terrifying. Noong June 22, 2026, nagkaroon ng barilan sa isang eskwelahan sa Tacloban City. At ito yung San Jose National High School. Tatlo po ang namatay. Kaya kagimbal-gimbal dahil hindi naman uso dito sa Philippines yung ganyan, yung mass shooting na usong-uso sa US. Ang ano dito, ang mas nakakagimbal ay dahil ang mga suspetsado ay mga bata. So, isang 14, isang 15-year-old, and nagkaroon tuloy ng sisihan ang mga magulang, syempre. Sino may kasalanan nito? Sino nagbigay ng barel? Bakit hindi pwedeng makulong? Yun yung pinaka cause of division ngayon is ayan tuloy dahil may juvenile law, hindi makukulong yung isa DSWD, yung isa maaring makasuhan, ganyan. So, itong mga tanong na to ay hindi nakakatulong sa solution na hindi na ito maulit. Dapat siguro, tingnan natin ano ba yung mga haka-haka or talagang what are the real theories behind why this happened. Iba-iba ang mga naging teorya dito. Sabi nila ay dahil daw sa Roblox, sabi nila dahil daw sa isang game, Gorebox, at meron ding um, nagsasabi na merong mga extremists or merong mga tao na naniniwala sa sobrang radical na forms of violence at ini-invade nila itong mga games na to. Ang mga bata doon, ang mga minor de edad ay inuutusan nila ng mga trick. Kasi may isa daw bata, parang ano lang siya, no, grade school. Nagtaka yung magulang niya, bigla lang siyang naghubad at tumalon. Sabi, ano yan? Anong ginagawa mo? Sabi niya, may nag-utos sa akin dito sa Roblox. So, ganun. Ini-infiltrate siya ng mga extremists. And nandiyan na rin yan ngayon sa news. So yun yung first theory, no, yung video game. So after the Tacloban shooting, so syempre tiningnan agad ng mga lawmakers, 'di ba, ng mga authorities, ano ba ang impluwensya. Pero syempre nandiyan yung other side na bakit marami naman nagro-Roblox, marami nagro-Gorebox, hindi naman nagkakaganyan. So kumbaga hindi siya dahilan, hindi siya excuse, parang ganon ang sinasabi ng iba. Eto naman ngayon, itong mahilig sa mga sistema yan. Complex yan. Meron ding mga ganong tao na hindi yan iisa lang ang dahilan. Yan ay sa kadahilan ng maraming ugat. Kumbaga, hindi lang sa isang ugat ang gagaling. Isa sa mga ugat niyan, yung feelings of oppression dahil sa class discrimination, o feelings of oppression dahil sa colonial history, 'di ba? So, eto ako ngayon, bilang isang pastor na matagal na ring na-expose sa mga bata. Kasi madalas nagiging pastor ako sa mga bata sa simbahan. In fact, merong mga lalapit sa akin, Reverend, pwedeng kausapin mo yung anak ko. Madalas niyang awayin yung bunso niyang kapatid. So madalas may mga magulang na makikiusap sa akin, Reverend, pwedeng kausapin mo yung anak ko kasi sa tingin ko, kunyari gay siya, pero hindi niya masabi sa amin. Kasi minsan lumapit siya sa akin, gusto na lang daw niya magpakamatay, pwede kausapin mo. Kinausap ko, that child is only 12 years old. And then meron namang, Reverend, pakikausap itong apo ko kasi madalas niyang ibuli yung kanyang bunsong kapatid. Kinausap ko lang isang beses, hindi na naulit. So, I think there are ways to really hit the nail on the head when it comes to teenagers. If you really know what they need to hear, what they need from you. And maybe, maybe I'm lucky that I usually get it. But of course, not everyone is the same. So I don't know if I'll always get it. But for this incident, I would really put forward the theory that it may be a developmental issue and a family issue. Kasi marami namang tao that have the same exposure that they've had pero hindi nagiging violent. So why? What makes it different? It's a family background. So, and the developmental stage at the same time. Meron kaming isang bata na laging mukhang depressed. So, hindi namin alam bakit. Lately, nalaman ko na that he feels so neglected. Alam mo how neglected he feels? Sabi ko, ba't di ka pa umuwi? Sabi niya, wala akong pumasahe eh. Walang pamasahe, walang makain. Asa ng nanay? Asa ng tatay? So yun, deeper and deeper, I found what was causing this. And the other time, merong nang-harass dun sa isang girl sa aming fellowship, a 12-year-old. May nang-harass sa kanya. And it turns out the guy is like 14, 15, almost same age as the shooters, di ba? So, ipina-apologize namin yung guy, kinastigate talaga namin siya, ikaw, ganito ka. But when I went to the barangay to actually learn the facts, because as a minister, I want to get to know this person naman. Hindi naman natin kinokondemn. So, nalaman ko, he has undergone a series of tragedies in his family. Dalawang kapatid niya nalunod sa sendong years ago, and then yung tatay niya na paralyzed, yung nanay niya cannot speak, okay? And then yung mga kapatid niya are having their own lives na malalaki na. No one is attending to him. So what's the point? The point I'm getting to is that most of these kids are neglected when it comes to their needs. At the time of their lives that they are trying to want to realize who they are. They want to realize their significance. Sino ba ako dito sa mundo? Sino ba ako? Dito na lang sa classroom ko, sino ako? Ako ba, do I belong? 'Di ba? So, ano yan siya, 'di ba? Inclusion and belonging, 'di ba? Do you feel included? Being included is different from feeling like you belong, 'di ba? Being included is come to my party. Belonging is you don't have to be invited. You know you're there. You're supposed to be there, 'di ba? So ganun. And these kids, usually when they don't feel that sense of belonging in the village that they look to, they will try to rattle that village because apparently that village doesn't feel like it belongs to them. So, oh, this village doesn't belong to me, meaning I can destroy this. Diba ganun? Kaya ako nag-iingan ako dun sa bata na hindi hinahatid, sinusundo ng nanay. And na-realize ko ano na yung background ng nanay at tatay niya, naghiwalay, nagbati. I'm trying to cushion that blow for him. So, nagiging kaibigan kami sa kanya, nakikipag-skating kami sa kanya, ganon, para lang he can talk to someone about his own feelings. Tapos, meron pa palang nagsisiga-siga sa kanya. Meron siyang tournament na gusto niyang salihan, hindi siya nakasali dahil ninakawan pa siya ng equipment, bata, 'di ba? So, anong gagawin niya? The nanay doesn't care what happens to him. Bakit? Is he not important? So, yun ang kailangan maramdaman niya. Importante siya sa buhay ng iba. Para bigyan niya rin ng importansya ang ibang buhay. Yun talaga ang gusto kong siyasatin sana ng bawat nanay at tatay para maiwasan ito. Kasi lahat naman ng mass shooters sa Amerika, pinag-aralan ko na rin yung backgrounds nila eh. Most of them, tinatawag nilang involuntary celibates. Kasi sa Amerika, lahat sexualized eh. Ay, sexual ang dahilan niyan. Kunyari may gusto ka sa isang tao, gusto mo sex dyan. Hindi naman. Ganon sila eh. Very utilitarian ba mag-isip. Pero, nakita ko ang backgrounds talaga nila is they feel like they don't belong. In fact, they feel rejected by their village, by that community, the school, the family. They feel that they can be expelled and it won't matter. That's what they feel. And then they will court a woman and then they feel rejected. Then the rejection is ingrained. It's etched in stone. The rejection becomes etched in stone. So yun na. These young people are feeling really lost. One of the ways that they could feel engaged is I would recommend sports. Babae man yan o lalaki, it's really important that they have a community to engage with. So madalas maganda yung mga team sports. Pwede rin yung mga solo sports like skating or swimming, yung mga ganun. Because a lot of the traumas pala are shed through physical activity. So if they have those, sports can really be a good channel. Yun, if you feel like you're too busy for your child, I would really recommend get them into team sports or any sport where they can shed their, their exasperation and whatnot, negative feelings, toxicity from the house. Maganda talaga to engage in sports. So, yun lang. Get them into other teams like communities na nakakabuti sa kanila, yung mga cleanup drive, o yung mga ganyan. Meron akong in-advise ng ganyan and it really worked for her. So, lumapit siya sa akin, isang babae, sabi niya nade-depress siya, she wants to always go on dates but the dates don't work out for her. So sabi ko, why don't you just go to like cleanup drives, mangrove planting, tree planting, mga ganun ba? Kawang gawa. And you know what? She became happier. Yun, sabi niya, she came back to me and said, Dad, you know your advice, I followed it and it really worked so well for me. I don't feel depressed anymore. I feel so engaged. I feel connected to people again. For a teen to feel connected, hindi siya magwo-work lagi that iwa one-on-one siya ng parent. Hindi lagi magwo-work yun. Yung isiseryoso siya, hey, let's talk. Even if you have the friendliest tone, the teen may have shut down already. Ang maganda talaga dyan is you go through something challenging together. And then it becomes like a team building. Dapat kasi you form a team, you work as a team, ganon. Or, hey, kaya ba natin to as a team? Let's do this together. Or engage in a race where both of you are working together. Just set goals, like minor goals, like, hey, what if we want to bring down our grocery expenses for the week? Hey, you and I, let's work together. Let's solve this problem. That problem is solvable for a teenager, di ba? So they can make proposals, what to cut down, di ba? Hindi siya agad talkies eh. Hindi pwedeng talkies agad. Kailangan, muna, some fun thing to do, a challenge, parang team building yan. So now that you and the kid feel like a team again, then you can gloss over the issues a bit lang. Hindi agad deep dive. Talk to the person as a friend, not always as a parent. Kasi as a parent, they feel accountable to you agad eh. So sometimes they just have to feel accountable to themselves and then they're just sharing it with you. So one parent may have to be the friend role and the other parent has to be the parent role. So long as they feel connected. Hindi kasi maganda yung tara, labas tayo, nood tayo ng sine. It doesn't form teams with a teenager. It doesn't build a strong connection agad or kain tayong ice cream together, yung ganyan. Ano na yan eh, cheap shots na yan. They know already. They know already when you're sweet talking them into something. Pero if you have a parang team building activity like in the home, sabihin nyo na, hey, ganito kaya gawin natin. Tayong dalawa ang assigned na tagahugas ng plato sa bahay na to. Then, team kayo. Together, kayong dalawang assigned together. Ganon, hindi one by one. Mga simple ba? Simple na together tayo dyan. Tapos magjo-joke-joke na kayo habang ginagawa nyo yan. Yun yung how to revive connections with your teens. Madalas, maraming beses ko na yung nagagawa sa mga nephews and nieces ko eh. This has been Strange New World with Tet Gallardo. Thank you for listening. Padayon ta, keep walking into the strange new world.